We want to welcome to the podium, and it's on a stick this year, but it's still young enough, Brother Sept Christopher. He's going to come and give us a word of prayer and say something very brief about Labor Day so that we can move on. Come on. Correct.
All right, please. Good morning, everyone. Let me say this. When one is given an opportunity to pray, one should not seek to be brief. One should be thankful. One should give thanks for all the good that has been bestowed on us. So now I would ask if you would all bow your heads and close your eyes as we approach God's throne of grace.
Thank you, Brother Colin. Good morning, workers of Bermuda. It's a privilege for me to introduce to you today our guest speakers. First, we will have the Premier of Bermuda, the Honorable Michael Dunkley, JP, MP.
Thank you for the introduction. President Chris Ferbert, all the other presidents of unions, my honorable colleagues in cabinet, opposition leader Mark Bean, deputy opposition leader, my cousin Derek Burgess, all members of the House of Assembly and Senate. I am delighted to be here on this 33rd Labor Day holiday as Premier to say a few words to you today. Thank you for the warm introduction and thank you for the opportunity to speak. I think we all know that Bermuda faces some very difficult challenges at this time in our history. It's been well documented of where we've come from, and I think many people have talked about where we need to go. I don't intend to reflect on where we've come from today, but I intend to reflect on where we need to go tomorrow and into the future. But before I do that, let me take this opportunity to thank all the workers of Bermuda for the sacrifice that they have endured through the years to bring the changes that have been positive, not only for labor in Bermuda, but us socially and economically as well. So as we reflect on this 33rd Labor Day holiday, we need to be thankful for those who have stood up to make a difference, and we need to be thankful for labor, which has laid the foundation for the success of Bermuda in the past, and will continue to build the foundation for the success of Bermuda going forward in the future. Brother Chris, on Friday night at the banquet, which I had the opportunity to attend with some colleagues, I was pleased to hear your opening comments, your closing comments at the end, where you said, our path forward has to be together. Yes, we will have differences of opinion. Certainly we will debate about how we get there. But if we're going to get through the challenges that we face, it has to be together. I think you will all agree with me when I say that there are no easy decisions to make in Bermuda today. And against that backdrop, we need to make sure that we build mutual respect and understanding to come together, all of us, whether it's the government, the opposition, the unions, and everyone throughout the community, to build a consensus as we move forward. These tough decisions we can make. And my commitment to you here today is I'll be there for you as we build this bridge going forward. There's no doubt we know amongst many of the challenges that we face, it's going to be difficult to get where we need to go. But there's a lot of positive on the horizon that we need to take advantage of, such as hotel development, the potential for the America's Cup and things like that. One of the things I would like to reflect just for a few seconds is that we also need to keep pace with change. The change that has rocked our world over the past 30 or 40 years. And I say just 30 or 40 because I'm still a young man at 56, so my memory doesn't go back too much further than that. But the fact of the matter is that 30 years ago, we didn't have these. 30 years ago, 25 years ago, when my daughter was growing up and you looked for information and education, you went and you got an encyclopedia. There were encyclopedia salespeople selling those. Those people don't have jobs anymore, but Bermuda managed to change to build a healthy and successful economy through the years. So as we go forward now, we not only need to reflect on the challenges that we face, but the change that's going to take place in our country that we all love. We shouldn't fight the change. We should be the change. We should craft the change. And to do that, we need to put our country first. Country before party, country before politics, and country before personalities. And if we do that, we will be successful. So brothers and sisters, as I have the opportunity to celebrate Labor Day with you here today, let me tell you very clearly that the people will be put first. And the pain that we all struggle through today will be our strength that we build from tomorrow. So Brother Chris and the rest of the unions, I look forward to working with you to make tomorrow much, much better for today. Thank you very much.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning to the President of the Bermuda Industrial Union, Mr. Chris Ferbert, and all the presidents and members of the Trade Union Congress. Good morning to our elders who have sacrificed in the realest way for us to be able to gather today to celebrate this, our Labor Day. Today we remember, honor, and celebrate the men and women who fought for freedom, justice, and equality for all Bermudians. 2014 is shaping up to be a year of the struggle or a year of silence. Why do I say that? Because for almost 2 years we have been deceived, insulted, abused, and disrespected. Our people are fed up, heartbroken, and dissatisfied over the way we are being treated in our own country, and we have had enough. We are frustrated at having the right skills, right attitude, right training, and still not have the opportunity to earn a living and provide for our families. We are frustrated from seeing people with less experience, less skills, and less qualifications being brought in on work permits to be our boss. We are frustrated at being turned away from jobs that we can do because they say we are overqualified. They told you that there will be shared sacrifice. They told you we'll come together as Bermudians. They told us to sing Kumbaya and we'll get there together. But while we were singing, they are putting more money into everybody's pockets except yours. They say Bermudians don't have the right qualifications to fill the top jobs. But scholarships are being cut. They say Bermudians are our greatest asset, but at 65, they want to throw you out on the street. This is what shared sacrifice means to them. You sacrifice, and they share your money amongst themselves. There are those who count on you to be too scared, too timid, and too stupid to struggle for a Bermuda where you come first. There are those who count on their money to buy your loyalty, buy your surrender, and buy your silence. There are those who count on fear, intimidation, and economic terrorism to keep you silent. There are those who are laughing their way to the bank while you suffer in silence. We stand today on the shoulders of greatness. The shoulders of a labor movement made up of men and women who could not be silenced. They tried to break Dr. E.F. Gordon, but he would not be silenced. They ostracized Dr. Barbara Bull, but she would not be silenced. They demonized Brother Ottawell Simmons, but he would not be silenced. They mocked and mistreated Dame Lois Brown Evans, but she too would not be silenced. We owe them too much. They gave us too much to sit silent and let Bermuda be taken backwards. We were taught to fight for what is right. And in their names, in the names of these great trailblazers of justice, we will fight, we will struggle, and we will not be silenced. But as we fight against what is wrong, we also must bring forward an agenda that elevates the conditions of Bermudians, breaks the cycle of dependency, and works towards moving from those who are labor to those who are higher labor, from those who consume to those who produce. And while never forgetting our core principles and continuing to fight against those who are marginalized Bermudians and mistreat workers. When you look back at the sacrifice of those who have brought us this far, can you still be silenced? When you look at your brothers and sisters, neighbors, friends, and witness firsthand their marginalization and suffering, can you still be silenced? When you look ahead to future generations of Bermudians and the Bermuda we will leave behind for them, can you still be silenced? We recognize the threat we face. We recognize that moving backwards is not an option. Our unity is our strength. Together our numbers give us economic, social, and political power if we are willing to use that power. Representing the hopes and aspirations of so many Bermudians is an awesome responsibility. And the power we share must by necessity be used without fear, without permission from those who oppose our progress, and without apology, for the best interests of all of us. On this Labor Day 2014, let us break our silence. Let us commit to being courageous in the face of wrongdoing, resolute in the face of injustice, and united in the struggle for a Bermuda that works for all of us. God bless Bermuda, and God bless labor.
Solidarity for equality, jobs, and justice is the Labor Day theme. The Premier spoke a few moments ago, the opposition leader spoke a few moments ago, and I'll just say the Premier mentioned change. The opposition leader mentioned making sure that Bermudians come first.
That's right. That's right.
I want to say this to the country today, because recognizing we have our challenges, we cannot change what happened yesterday. Yesterday is in the history books. Go back and try to rewrite it, I wish you all the luck in the world. The mere fact this country is at a crossroads, and if the government can't see that, if the opposition can't see it, if employers can't see it, then we are doomed to fail. That's why I called Friday night for my statement was for it's time for us to come together, to sit down and have that conversation. If we can't have it, fine. But at least we can't give up without trying. And contrary to what some people might think, is that dialogue, from dialogue to dialogue, you create progress. If you're not talking, you can't make any resolution. And if you don't believe me, anybody who's been in a relationship, start speaking to your wife or your significant other. See what happens. What's the effect it has? This relationship between the government, the opposition, the employers, and unions are no different yet. We are going through something that we have never ever been through before. So you know what that means? We're going to put different solutions on the table to get them resolved. Yeah, and it might be a bitter pill to swallow. And I'll say it again, a bitter pill to swallow. For the LBA to come to the table with the PLP, and for all the employers to come together and sit down and have an earnest conversation about how we can save our country. Because ultimately, if we can't come together, as I said a moment ago, our country will be doomed to fail. And that is the truth. Because we are now at the 11th hour, and Brother Jason hit the nail right in here. What a lot of frustrated people out there. The mere fact we've got 3,000 units unemployed, can't find employment in their own country, or being ostracized in our own country. We have to sit down and have that conversation about how we fix it. And unless we're having that conversation, it can't be fixed. So I take everyone's comments, that they've said, but recognizing that today should be a new charge for the country, for us to try to unite and become as one. And if we can't do it, then in the end, we'll say enough is enough. That's about all I want to say to you. Have a great Labor Day. On behalf of the BIU, United we stand, divided we fall.
Okay. What's up, mate?
Good to see you. Woo!
Hi, John.
My email address. Oh, doggone Neil. Got a new camera, Neil. Come on.